Hawkman issue 7 heads to the beginning of Thanagar, where Ktar and the Deathbringer stand amongst the bodies of the Thanagarians, asking when will the killing end. Idam arrives, saying that he saw some carrion hawks with burst bellies since they gorged themselves so much on the dead. Ktar says that the birds can't help themselves, but could they? Idam says that why would they want to, since they are feared across creation, and he says he wants to take a wager with Carter about how many Thanagarians were captured. Idam says that the Deathbringers await orders from their master, and Ktar tells them to pass the word on that they are moving on. Soon a woman appears before Carter, asking if he is in pain, but Carter tells her to hide from Idam before he returns to murder her. In the far-flung reaches of space at the temple world of the Deathbringers, Ktar and Idam return to find that the ritual has been prepared and 12,000 Thanagarians have been captured. Carter thinks that it may be too many, and maybe the Lord beyond the void will make them stop now. Idam asks what's wrong with Carter, since this is their purpose. The Lord beyond the void soon calls for Ktar Deathbringer to begin the ritual, so Carter sacrifices the Thanagarians, throwing them from the altar and into the void. Idam is pleased to be in service of something so wondrous, as Carter again spots the red-headed woman, wondering how she even got there. Idam doesn't see any woman and thinks the next world raid will clear Carter's mind. The woman soon disappears as the void tells Carter to go forth and gather more tributes for it. As the years and planets pass, the woman continues to haunt Carter until he is broken by her, falling to his knees and asking for forgiveness. Idam sees the woman this time, planning on adding her to his tally, but Carter commands him to stop. Idam reminds him that they are Deathbringers and that there is never enough death for them, and he knows Carter isn't the same old friend he was before and plans on telling the others that he has gone soft. Carter threatens to crush his skull for challenging his leadership, causing Idam to back off and leave. Carter tells the woman to stop following him, but the woman calls him a fool since she isn't the one who needs saving. On the temple world, more people are prepared for sacrifice, but again Carter sees the woman, this time telling Idam he was right and he's not the same. He suddenly smashes Idam with his mace and tells the people that he is imprisoned that while he cannot deliver their lives today, he asks them to give them in service of ending the Deathbringers. He begins smashing the giant monolith with the people, who help him pull it down. Idam soon returns, attacking Carter and calling him the great betrayer. Carter doesn't want to fight his old friend and they need to finish this together, but Idam doesn't want to finish it, as their fight heads into the sky. The prisoners leap off the altar, intending to drag the pillar with their chains down into the void with them. The pillar soon cracks from its moorings as Idam asks why Carter hates him. Carter says he doesn't, he hates himself and wants Idam to see the end of death with him. The pillar soon falls into the void as the temple around him begins to collapse. Carter says that he discovered his purpose, but Idam knows that that purpose is to die as he stabs his friend, saying he challenged him and won, so now he is the leader of the Deathbringers. Idam is smashed by some debris, causing him to become pinned as he falls towards the void. Carter meanwhile is confronted by the woman again, who says that his pain is gone now. The Deathbringers call out to Carter, telling him the gateway is closing as the woman takes Carter's hand. Carter tells her to leave him, but the woman says that no one deserves to die alone. Carter asks the woman her name as the planet is ripped apart by the void, as the Lord beyond the void says that Carter failed him and not time or space will hide him. Carter somehow survives the destruction, floating away on a small asteroid as soon he awakens in a sea of skulls. Told by a voice he will soon be judged. He finds that he has died and is about to pass into the unlife, and this place is filled with the rotted fruits of his existence. Carter tells the voice to release him into the darkness since creation is better a place without him. The voice says that despite his blood campaigns, there is something more in him, and he displayed it when he stayed Idam's axe on Thanagar and again when he cast out the Deathbringers. The voice wants to make him an offer: accept death as judgment or live again, which if chosen he will need to live for eternity until he has saved as many people as he has ended. Carter asks how many lives he must save, but the voice doesn't even know, but each life will bring him closer to his final death. Carter chooses to pay the debt, which the voice says will not be easy, since it will be a life of suffering, and on top of that, the Deathbringers will be back, so he must prepare. Carter awakens from his dream aboard his ship in the present, realizing that all this time it was him who was the Deathbringer. He knows he isn't anymore, and he won't let the story end there. The ship tells him that it's activating the designated coordinates that appeared when the coded keys were entered. Carter asks where it's headed, and the ship says to a weapon that will defeat the Deathbringers, a weapon located on Krypton. Hawkman issue 7 was a really great ending to what was really the first act in Robert Venditti's huge time and space spanning reboot or refresh, if you will, of Hawkman's history. I love the idea that everything that has come before, everything that Robert Venditti has written in the past 6 issues, as well as everything before that, all the way back to Hawkman's creation, is canon, as well as cool new interesting things like these new Deathbringers, as well as the implication that Carter kind of begun all of this and is kind of reaping what he sowed. I'm very much looking forward to the next big arc starting next issue, as well as a return to Krypton and a little bit more information about the Kryptonian Hawkman, which sounds really damn cool. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.